I didn't touch on it in my last video, but One Piece is one of the most expansive fictional worlds I have ever seen. Not only are there dozens of locations and hundreds of characters, but there are also countless organizations and societies with varying ideals and ambitions. Quite often, the Straw Hats will come across people with objectives that conflict or overlap with their own, causing them to battle it out. This type of interaction is one of the reasons why I enjoy One Piece as much as I do, and that couldn't be more true than in Luffy's fight against Bellamy in the Jaya arc. Just like last time, there will be spoilers for the show, so give it a watch if you haven't reached Jaya yet. The arc opens with a pirate ship falling out of the sky and into the ocean. Confused and curious, the Straw Hats dive down into the wreckage in the hopes of learning something about the ship and its crew. They soon discover that the ship is over 200 years old and find a map to a place called Skypiea. Based on the fact that a ship fell from the sky, Skypiea appears to be an island in the sky, and Nami's log post is pointed directly upward, they assume their next destination is Sky Island. Upon arriving at Mocktown on the island of Jaya, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami set out to find directions on how to get to Sky Island. They enter a local bar and Nami begins to ask the bartender how they can get to Sky Island, but is interrupted by the laughter of the other pirates present. Bellamy, one of the most notable pirates in Mocktown, ridicules Nami for believing that such a place exists. When she mentions the log post, he states that it's broken and that the age of dreaming pirates is over. He then proceeds to beat up Luffy and Zoro without any retaliation from either of them before Nami drags them both out of the bar. After leaving Mocktown, Luffy and crew come across Mont Blanc Cricket, a man whose ancestor presumably spoke of a golden city but was labeled as a liar when he couldn't prove its existence. Cricket believes that his ancestor wasn't a liar, as he has dedicated his life to recovering artifacts from the Golden City, and that the city is located in the sky. In order to get there, the Straw Hats need to find a bird to help them guide them to the entrance to Sky Island. While they're looking for the bird, Bellamy and his crew arrive at Cricket's house and steal all of the gold Cricket has salvaged over the years. Upon the Straw Hats' return, Cricket informs the crew of what happened while they were gone, causing Luffy to head back into Mocktown. He soon comes across Bellamy and orders him to return the gold he stole to Cricket. He refuses and starts attacking Luffy, all the while insulting him for chasing dreams like Sky Island and One Piece. During the battle, Bellamy is able to land a few hits on Luffy, but he remains mostly unaffected. And when Bellamy charges in to land the final blow, Luffy winds up a punch and slams Bellamy into the ground, knocking him out instantly. There's a lot of things going on in this arc, many of which will be important in the future, like the introduction of Blackbeard, Bellamy, and the existence of Sky Island. However, I think possibly the most important takeaway from Jaya is Luffy's unwavering determination and how it can be used to his advantage. At this point in the series, it should already be obvious that Luffy has some pretty big aspirations, something that other pirates frequently point out. But the way he talks about becoming the Pirate King and stands up to impossible odds makes you think that he just might achieve his goal. As we saw in Alabasta, even though Luffy had already lost to Crocodile twice in a row, he managed to push forward and defeat him in the end. And this is just one example. It isn't uncommon for Luffy to face off against a strong opponent like Arlong, Enel, or Lucci and lose at least once before emerging successful the second or third time around. Luffy has also been known to protect what he treasures most with his life. In Arlong Park, he fought on Nami's behalf to save her and Kokoyashi Village from the enslavement of the Fishmen. In Little Garden, he faced off against multiple Baroque Works members to prevent his friends from becoming wax statues. And in Alabasta, he challenged Crocodile and his underlings to help Vivi reclaim her kingdom. Luffy isn't alone in these beliefs either. Before entering the Grand Line, he and his crewmates all promised to achieve their lofty goals by the end of their journey. Kobe wished to become a Marine and ends up doing so, and he later states that he wants to become an Admiral. And in Jaya, they run into Blackbeard, who gives them his take on the current generation of pirates. With this in mind, I think that Bellamy mirrors just about everything that Luffy stands for. He thinks that dreams are childish and pirates that dream are caught up in the previous era, while Luffy constantly has his head in the clouds and has had the dream of becoming the next Pirate King for most of his life. So I don't think it would be much of a stretch to say that while Luffy and Bellamy are fighting over Cricket's gold, they are also fighting for what they believe in. Even how the fight itself plays out can be tied back to this idea of dreaming. Luffy stands still in the street for the majority of the fight while Bellamy bounces from building to building. Knowing what both characters stand for, Luffy representing optimism and Bellamy representing realism, Luffy and his hopes and dreams are constantly being surrounded, in this case both figuratively and literally, by pirates like Bellamy who tell him to grow up and face the fact that he'll never get where he wants to be. The single punch that Luffy delivers symbolizes the unsuspecting strength that lies within those who dare to dream and chase after their dreams with everything they've got. Even though this arc is meant to be a stepping stone for the trip to Sky Island, this fight and the deeper meaning behind it is the reason why I prefer Jaya over Skypiea. Luffy not only fights so he can physically gain something by winning, but he also fights for the aspirations of everyone he cares about as well as his own. So by accomplishing both of these by using one punch, he completely defeats Bellamy. Thanks for watching. I feel like this video had a bit less structure than the previous Moments in Anime video, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I've been thinking about this fight since I first saw it, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about. I'm still having a blast with One Piece, and I'm nearly finished with post-war at the time of recording this, so I've still got a way to go before I'm fully caught up. However, I would like to try and talk about different anime going forward, so leave a comment below if you have any good ideas. At the moment, I've pretty much only got ideas for more One Piece related videos, so any help would be greatly appreciated. Until then, have a good one.